When you're all alone, when you're all alone, you're, na, 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 na. Oh. You're gonna feel it. You're gonna feel it when you're all alone, when you're all alone. I don't know the lyrics for that one, but that song is so good. I love Kali Uchis. Oh, hey Google, turn off the AC, please. I gotta make sure that the AC is off because that thing be loud. I just so happened to start recording when the AC turned off, but I know that if it turns on in the middle of me speaking, it's gonna be quite the distraction. uh, is this gonna be my actual podcast episode like last week? I don't know, a little bit. What's the word I'm looking for? Not uncanny, a little bit. Darn it, the brain fog. What? What's the word? What the hell are you waiting for? Mm. Look what you made me do. Look what I made for you. Now can I get an encore? Do you want more? This isn't gonna be the podcast episode. This is me yipping and yapping, warming up my vocals, because I haven't had to speak to anyone yet today. So this is me warming up. Excuse me. That was a good one. The way that I said it sounded like that was legitness. Y'all know that? Maybe this is gonna be the podcast episode. I'm just here to have a good old grand old time. Hello, 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 and welcome to Kaylin's Corner. I'm your host, Kaylin, and this is my corner of the internet where I talk about anything and everything that comes to mind. Thank you for joining me, and I hope this finds you well. I genuinely was just gonna do like a little warm up and then do my actual recording, but I'm feeling a little bit of flow. Oh. Anyway, so I think I'm just gonna keep rolling the ball while I got it going. You know what I mean? I hope this finds you well. I hope you're doing great. I hope you're doing amazing. And if not, take a moment, pause the podcast if you have to. Take a deep breath in through your nose, out through your mouth, and list three things that you're grateful for. Me, I'm grateful for the roof over my head, the technology at my fingertips, and for you listening to me right now, because you definitely don't have to. So it's an honor to be through your speakers, through your headphones, through whatever you may be listening to me on, because not everyone has to give up their time for anyone else. It's an added bonus. There's a little bit of noise outside though. I'm gonna pause so I can close the window. I paused the recording at 3 minutes and 33 seconds. How crazy is that? Little signs and synchronicities all over the place. But, um, what's up, guys? I know that you can't necessarily respond to me, so I feel like sometimes saying things like that is a little bit unnecessary, but also, like, I want to know how you're doing. That's, I don't, that's just me. I'm a curious human being. I like to ask questions, even if I don't get an answer. But if I don't get an answer, I like to get to the bottom of things. That's why I tend to fact check myself so much during my podcast episodes because I want to know. Like if I can get the answer, I'm going to try to find it. You know what I mean? Like why have this question lingering in my head? And when I do have a question in mind and I don't ask it or I don't look it up, it tends to bother me. And I don't know if that's like a medical thing, like a mental thing, or if it's really just my if it's really just the universe trying to get me to get the answers so I can move on, you know, I don't know. There are some questions that are, dare I say, insignificant, at least to me, in that moment, that'll pop up in my head and then just go away. Like, I wonder why. But then I don't really go to investigate it because I don't necessarily care enough. You know what I mean? Like, inspired action is what I tend to take when I have questions that pique my interest quite a bit, I guess you can say. Mm. mm. I don't know. But anyway, let's move on. I actually do have. Oh my goodness, guys! Oh my goodness, guys! I was singing Kali Uchis when I started recording because that song or that yeah that segment of that song was kind of stuck in my head, and I just wanted to let it out. And I am all by my lonesome right now, so it felt fitting to the scenario. But I did get to hear her sing that live this week. Oh my goodness, it was amazing. If you didn't know, Kali Uchis is on tour with the Sacred Souls, and she just performed at TD Garden in Boston this past Sunday on September 14th. And I was able to witness the magic live. And I say the magic because oh my goodness, she's beautiful, she's stunning. Her voice is amazing. She's such a phenomenal singer. She sounds exactly how she does on her songs. And I did talk about this in a little TikTok, I don't want to say rant, but a little TikTok yap sesh that I posted the day after. So if you're interested in hearing what I said there, TikTok is linked in my description. However, I am gonna go on to talk about it more here because how can I resist an urge to talk about such a phenomenal experience that I had? So I like that. I think I spoke about this. Like the Tyler the Creator concert, I did get there a little bit late. I'm chronically late. I don't know what the freak it is, but it's okay. It all worked out in the end. I did miss the first couple of songs, but I did miss the first couple of songs for these Sacred Souls. However, that did not take away from my experience because they are also phenomenal to hear live. Beautiful singing voices. Love, love, love the performance. And there was also a bit of I- a woke moment, is what I'm going to call it, where they were kind of bringing it to the attention of the crowd like life is happening right now. All of these things are happening simultaneously, everything everywhere all at once. So we got to be that positive change, be that good impact on the world, you know. All of these don't let all the negative things that are happening be swept under the rug. You know, you got to do what you can to help those around you. That kind of message. I should definitely post that on my TikTok. I I only posted one clip of the concert from what? Sorry. I only posted one clip of the concert that I took on TikTok, and it was Kali Uchis singing a cappella. And that was at the end. So I definitely gotta like step my game up. But me and posting have not been the best of friends lately. I was doing well. It's like I have like a good amount of momentum for a little bit, and then I kind of just bleh. But we're working on it. It's a work in progress. Life is a work in progress, and that's okay. But yes, it warmed my heart to hear people using their platform for a positive impact like that. And their songs are really nice, like really positive and lovey dovey. I love, 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 love. love, love. I love, comma, love. Excuse me. Yes. Sorry, the never mind. Never mind. I'm not even gonna get into it. But it was phenomenal. They sing so well. The performance was amazing. I loved it. I loved it. I had so much fun. Kali Uchis, mwah, chef's kiss. Chef's kiss. I could not get enough. Her props, her outfit, her voice, the dancers. Like honestly, I could see her a million times over, and I would. I'll do it again. I will see her again in the future. Another artist that I love, love, and I'm not gonna lie, I haven't been like a fan of hers for too long, but uh, I'm so glad that I am. I'm so glad. I'm so grateful that everything worked out how it did, and I had the opportunity to go to see her perform live. If you've ever thought, ever considered going to see Kali Uchis, go. Do it. I highly recommend. It's definitely worth your while because she's an amazing performer, an amazing singer, and it's so worth it. Plus, concerts only come around every once in a while. Like, yes, she's gonna have another concert in the future. However, it's not gonna be the same vibe. It's not gonna be the same set list. It's not gonna be the same people in the crowd either. So if you get the chance, jump on it. Do it. I promise you won't regret it. Unless it's really like a do or die scenario and you absolutely cannot like afford it or can't get there or whatever the case may be, then at your own discretion. But if you have the opportunity, I think you should take it. I don't think you'll be disappointed in the performance or anything like that at all. The traffic may be crazy after, but that's just how it is after shows when there's so many people. So, park far, walk to the venue. You honestly won't regret it. At least, it, I don't know. I don't think there's a show that I've regretted going to because they're amazing. The artists that I go to see are awesome. They're phenomenal. I love to support musicians how I can. Also the merch, beautiful, pricey, but that's merch is merch, I guess. A little bit pricey. But oh no. Depends on what you're getting. Also, she has her own clothing line. I did not know that until I got there. I saw some clothes on the racks and I was like, huh? Hello? But it makes sense. It fits her aesthetic. It fits the aesthetic. And I'm not mad about it. Get your bag, girl. Share the style with everyone else. Where'd you get it? Oh, it's mine. Here's the link. Or do you want me to send you one? I'll send you something. Like, that's so cool. That is so cool. Having your own clothing line. Uh, love that for her. Get your money up, not your funny up. But yes, if I could see her perform again, I totally would. Without a doubt. I was sat I was in the same area that I was in for the Tyler Creator concert, so the view was beautiful. I was I didn't have to like break my neck looking up and I didn't have to break my neck looking down. I was kind of pretty much eye level and I I was vibing out the whole time. I was singing, I was dancing. And when I got tickets this time around, I got a suite ticket. So that's why I was like pretty much eye level. It was in like a separate section in a room and it had its own bathroom and everything. That was so cool. So I didn't have to wait in line or anything. I was a little bit nervous though because I did go by myself. So I anytime I do anything alone for the first time, it's well, maybe a lot of people I'm sure a lot of people can relate, but doing anything for the first time is scary. I tend to feel dumb because it's like I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. This is my first time doing this. Somebody please help. But also I didn't want to like look or feel awkward because I'm by myself. I do enjoy my own company, but then like there's always a little bit of paranoia in the back of my mind like somebody's gonna snatch you up on the train because you're by yourself. Nah, it's okay. That wasn't even the case. Shout out to Leslie for taking me home after because I didn't have to take the train. I didn't have to go through that anxiety of being like, am I gonna miss the stop? Am I gonna get snatched up or something like that? You know, just too much paranoia. Too much paranoia in the brain. But it all worked out in the end, and I am forever grateful for it. For everyone who contributed to me getting there and getting back. Shout out to my mom for dropping me off. Because I did plan on taking the train to go there by myself, which was the most anxiety inducing thing for me. Like, my heart was thumping. Like, I've taken the train to TD before, but I haven't done that by myself. My memory is pretty good though, I will say, or I do feel like my memory is pretty good, so I would I knew what I was getting into. I knew what I was doing. I knew the process of it. However, just I don't know, sometimes being by myself despite me enjoying my own company is a little bit more anxiety inducing than it I feel like it should be. But maybe that's from all the time I spend on the internet. Inducing those anxious thoughts and feelings, but I didn't have to go through any of that, thankfully. So, shout out to my mom for bringing me, shout out to Leslie for bringing me home, and shout out to Kali Uchis and These Sacred Souls for putting on such an amazing performance. I'm forever grateful, and I definitely recorded the whole thing so I can rewatch it all back. But I'm not gonna lie, I've been a little bit greedy with the footage. The only thing I've posted, I didn't even post about it on my Instagram story or anything. So really, nobody knew that I went. That's kind of how I wanted it to be, with the paranoia in mind. Better safe than sorry, always. However, I I will be posting a photo dump eventually. Eventually. So I did a thing. I did this. Oh. And it was so, so, so worth it. So worth it in the end. I honestly, I cannot get over how much of a sweetheart she is. Like she said her goodbyes at for her last, um, I guess scheduled or planned song on the set list, and she said bye, and she was leaving, and then the lights were still off, and people were like getting up and out, and I was like, baby, I'm not leaving because the lights are still off. I was gonna say life hack, but that doesn't feel like the right word to use. Maybe more so like pro tip when you go to a concert if you're gonna stay the whole way through, because some people like to actually just leave early so they can avoid the traffic. But I I understand the logic behind it, but me here's my mindset on it. If I'm paying money and taking the time to come to this show, why am I going to leave early? This is what I paid for. And I know some people really get that road rage sitting in traffic, but what do you expect when there's thousands of people in an arena, the same arena as you, parking in the same vicinity as you, trying to get home? Hello. Road rage is a whole nother. I kind of want to get into that a little bit, but I think I'm gonna try to finish talking about my concert experience first before I get into that. Or maybe this would just be the perfect segue for it. Because honestly, the road that people have, I what the road the the rage that people have on the road is so egregious to me. Like I understand, like I don't know, but some people really just are not considerate of those around them. They're like, yeah, well, they should get out of my way. Like, what are you doing in the way? Hello? You don't own the road. You're not the only person on the road. You got to be considerate of those around you. If you get into an accident, it's most likely not going to just harm you. It's going to harm the people around you. The people in the car that are with you, you're putting their lives at risk. The people in the cars around you, you're putting their lives at risk. So I can understand road rage to a certain extent, but the people that go out of their way to like get out of their car and confront people, that I is something I truly will never understand. I don't think it's ever that serious. I don't think it's ever that serious. Maybe if they like hit hit you and run, but even still like nothing. I understand the possible danger that could have occurred, but for you to be angry enough to get out of your car, baby, go sit down, take a couple deep breaths. You're okay. You made it through. All is good. All is well. However, I will say though, at least in Rhode Island, I feel like it's way too easy to get your license. Right now. As someone who just got their license, I feel like it's way too easy to get your license because I, personally speaking, I'm a baby driver, okay? I'm new to the driving thing. I try to be as cautious as I can be because that shit's dangerous. Like you this thing if you hit it the wrong way can explode and that shit's not it. That is not it. That is so scary, so terrifying. I don't want to have to witness that. Don't want to have to experience that. I hope no like it's not something that anyone should experience, but it can and it does happen unfortunately. So, with that being said, I try to be as cautious as I can. However, I like if you're not in a driving school, I feel like you're not equipped with the knowledge. You're not equipped with enough knowledge. Or maybe that's just me how I feel because I didn't take driver's ed in high school because well, I didn't feel like I needed to learn how to drive. And I was also really scared. I reflected on this on my first ever podcast episode, but I'll reiterate it again now if you haven't heard it before. I was in an accident when I was like 6 or 7 years old. I honestly can't remember how old I was, but I was in elementary school. I was young, and that low key traumatized me. And it wasn't even a bad accident either. Like the cars were dented, but nothing like I didn't have any severe like I want to say damage, but I didn't get injured. That's the word I'm looking for. I didn't get severely injured or anything. I was just like really scared. I wasn't wearing my seatbelt. My face hit the back of the driver's seat because I was in the back seat because I was a kid. And the urgency of it all, like the police and the ambulance and getting rushed to the hospital after, like that, I think traumatized me enough to be like, yeah, I'm not doing this. Anyone else can drive me around, but I don't feel capable of doing this. And so I didn't. So I didn't take driver's ed. I've watched like lots of YouTube videos and things like that and read and took a bunch of like took a bunch of practice quizzes to test my knowledge before like, getting taking the permit test and then ultimately the quote unquote road test, which isn't on the road anymore. It's just a bunch of cones and things. Excuse me. So you're testing your testing your maneuverability. Is that the word? Testing your maneuvering skills. I'll rephrase it instead. And I passed. I only had a couple of points taken off because, well, one, when I was doing my 3 point turn, I didn't move forward enough. And then when I was reversing, I didn't look in both of my mirrors. I only looked in one. When realistically, you should be looking through both. Even though I knew I was in a driving course, but at the beginning, the instructor did say, like, treat this as if you were in the street, like driving through the city or whatever. Okay, cool, fine. But that shit went in one ear and out the other. Like, there's a bunch of orange cones around me, and you want me to envision that I'm in the city right now? I don't know. It wasn't. I in one ear and out the other. It wasn't very much like a good. I don't know, good something. I couldn't envision myself in the city. I totally forgot that he even said that until he told me why he took points off. But I still passed. But I will admit that I feel like there are things that I should know that I don't. But that's also my fault, low key, for not taking driver's ed or anything like that. Like, I coulda, shoulda, woulda. You know what I mean? And this isn't to. I can't blame anyone but myself because I was pushed a little bit by family. Like, when are you gonna take driver's ed or get the paper for driver's ed, and I'll pay for you to take it. But I let the fear take over, and I didn't do it. I When I should have. I coulda, shoulda, woulda, and I didn't. There's no going back now. I suppose I could just take like a driver's ed class. Even though I already know how to drive and I've driven myself places, I just feel like there are little things in those courses that I could learn, that I could find useful. Or maybe there's a book I can read that'll do that same thing for me. But me and reading, we're not as close as we used to be. I used to be such a bookworm back in like elementary school and early middle school even. But then I don't know, I got a touchscreen phone and them books stayed in the library, but they were not coming home with me unless I had to. Unless I had to bring them home and read them. I'm not saying I don't have anything against books. I just don't take the time to read them. I'm sure I am 100% positive that there are tons of books out there that I would be enamored by and would enjoy reading, but I don't take the time to do that anymore. I can't tell you the last time I picked up a physical book to read it. And the crazy thing is that I have a book. I bought a book to read, actually to learn about cars kind of to help give me some baseline basic knowledge. And I'm sure, well, you're not much of a reader. Why would you buy a book if you're not going to read it? I had plans, okay? Actually, I bought the book before I went on my trip to Washington because I was like, this would be a good pastime for me while I'm on the plane. I don't really have anything else to do. I'm not going to pay for Wi Fi, so I'm not going to have internet. I could download some games and maybe play them while I'm there, but sometimes I get a little bit bored. But I do prepare for the worst, so I had like everything with me, bruh. I had my phone, I had my Switch, I had the book. I even brought a crossword puzzle book so I could do. No, not a crossword. Word search, sorry. I don't know why I tend to mix those two up. Like, they're almost one and the same to me, but I know that they're different. Crosswords, you're filling in the words and trying to get all of them to make sense, as opposed to a word search where you're finding the words through the big block of letters, I guess you can say, on the page. I like me a nice word search. It gets my brain going, and it also exposes me to new words that I may or may not have heard before. So it's a cool way to grow your vocabulary if you decide to look up the definitions of those words. That is. So, yeah. A different point of view for you. But I think crosswords would actually maybe be more beneficial for vocabulary growth because then you'd really have to think and use your brain. But the thing with me and crosswords is I feel like this is, I guess, a little bit of a lack mindset and a doubt mindset. I feel like I don't know enough words to do a crossword because, okay, some of them are easy words, like everyday words, but then you get into a little bit more difficulty, more a little lengthy word territory, and you're just not. I what word is that supposed to be? I don't even know a word for this. And then you have to Google it or something, or you can ask someone like, what would what based on whatever the description is would fit here? What word would fit here? But word searches, crosswords, good ways to expand the vocab for sure. If you decide to take the time to do it. Or even games like Wordle. I remember when that shit took off. The internet was going crazy. Don't spoil the Wordle for me. I never got into Wordle though. And it's kind of crazy you would think with me wanting to expand my vocab and whatnot that I would, but nah, not the case. Sometimes with me, when things get a little bit too popular, I almost like automatically deny it or decline it because I just don't. I don't want to go with the trend. I want to do things because I want to do it. Like, I'm doing things because I want to, not because it's a trend or other people are doing it too. Now, this isn't to say that I don't follow trends sometimes because I don't know, let's say that there's like a TikTok trend or a filter that's going viral that's super silly or funny or something. Maybe I'll just go and do it anyway. But I don't it's not something that I like to do often cuz sometimes things feel a little bit too forced. I don't like when things feel forced at all. Excuse me. Like I'm not going around and forcing my burps out. My burps just come out when they feel like they need to come out. Like that's what I would have to tell my mom too because she gets grossed out by burps. High key, she's like, that's so disgusting. That and farting. Like, okay, yes, I understand. I get it. But I'm not forcing myself to burp. If my body needs to expel this gas, it's gonna come out. I'm sorry. And if I'm in like if I'm at home, baby, I'm gonna let it out. But say if I were like in a meeting or something, or I don't know, doing something in a place where I can't burp, like if I was at the library, it hasn't happened in forever, but if I was at the library or something that I can't make a lot of noise, I'm gonna try to reduce the sound of my burp. But if I'm at home, I'm just gonna let it out. Expel all the gas. Let's see how loud it can get. I do get a little bit shocked by the sounds of my burps sometimes. Because sometimes them things be loud. After a kombucha, especially, ooh, girl, stop playing with them. That kombucha will get you. That kombucha will get you. I mean, any carbonated drink, really, but kombucha especially. But I love a nice kombucha because I don't know. It makes me feel good after drinking it. I feel like it really gets my insides moving, pushing everything out and whatnot. So it really does its job. I feel the kombucha doing its thing. Shout out to Steph for putting me onto kombucha. At first, I don't feel like I tried the right flavor. I feel like when it comes to trying kombucha, you have to try something that's like very fruity because kombucha definitely has its own flavor profile. It's very unique in its taste because of what it is. It's like fermented fruit and whatnot. So you can taste that, But I think I've been drinking kombucha for so long where I don't really notice the taste anymore. I enjoy kombucha not only for how it tastes but also for the benefits that it has. So that's that on that for me. However, where was I going with this? What the freak? How did I lose my train of thought? I was yapping for so long on a good streak, and suddenly I'm talking about kombucha, and I don't know what the freak I'm talking about. Oh brother, oh brother, this guy stinks. Hmm, I don't know, but when I first tried kombucha, I drink GT Synergy kombucha. I was gonna say explicitly, but I guess. What's the? That's not the word. Exclusively. Oh my god, brain. The brain is working double time right now. She's trying. She's trying. I pretty much exclusively drink GT Synergy kombucha. Love their kombucha. Mainly because I'm a little nervy to try other brands because I know that they kombucha is kombucha, yes, but the flavor profile is different, and I don't like when try new. I don't like when I spend money on things and I don't like it. That's pretty much it. But there it is. There it is again. The fear taking over. You're afraid of trying something new and not liking it, so you're just gonna avoid it. What if there's a better kombucha brand out there for me? Well, maybe not for me, but what if there's a kombucha brand out there that I actually would prefer better, but I don't know it because I haven't tried it? And if I at least try it, I can know that I don't like it. And what's crazy is that I can say that same thing to someone else, being like, oh, just try a little bit at least and see if you like it. And if you don't, at least you know you don't like it. But it's an ongoing battle. It's an ongoing battle. But it's like, I like to stick to what I know sometimes just because it's easier. But the easier route isn't necessarily the better route. And the easier route doesn't really help you grow either. So it's definitely something to for me to consider making some changes and stuff, you know. Try something new, try something different. With that being said, perhaps I will try a different kombucha brand. Maybe I'll make a little TikTok trying a different kombucha, see how I like it. I love GT though. I love the seasonal flavors especially. Pure Love, I think that's what it's called. No, Unity kombucha. Or hold on. Show me the picture. I need to see what the bottle looks like. Yes, it's called Unity. So yummy. I feel like I've spoken about this before. I don't remember if it was on here or if it was in a TikTok or something, but I've definitely spoken about this before. It's cherry, coconut, and lemongrass flavored, which I feel like saying aloud is a little is it's quite the cocktail, if I do say so myself. But I feel like the flavors work so well together. Oh, my favorite. I will say though, I'm not the biggest fan of the fall flavor, which is the next seasonal flavor coming up. It's apple, turmeric, carrot, and spices. I'll drink it, but I low key avoid it. I think I only had it the one time, and I wasn't a fan. But I also am not a fan of apple juice, so hate me if you want, but it's true. I don't like apple juice. I don't drink apple juice. I'll drink apple cider if I'm really feeling it. If it's a cold ass day, someone's offering me apple cider, maybe a little apple cider donut to go with it. Okay, fuck it. You got me. You got me. I'll have it. But if there's apple juice in the fridge, I'm not touching it. It ain't got nothing to do with me. I don't like apple juice. If it's apple juice versus orange juice, I'm taking orange juice. I'm sorry. I don't know what it is. I like apples. I eat apples. Actually, I ate an apple this morning. Like an hour ago. I had an apple. But apple juice, it don't it doesn't I can't rock with it, babe. But I don't know what it is. Maybe that's one of the things that I haven't had in a long time though. That maybe I should retry and see if I like it. Like I did with the mangoes, like I do with the olives, like I did with the raisins. It's it's one of those things that I haven't had in a while. Maybe my taste buds have changed a little bit. Maybe I'll actually enjoy it. But there's just something about the flavor profile of apple juice that I'm just not rocking with. I'm not rocking with. And when there's apple juice and other fruit juices, I kind of stay away from them too because I can taste it a little bit too much. I don't know. Sometimes apple juice can be hidden well in like a little fruit punch or whatever, but I'm not a fan. Pink Lady Apple kombucha I have also tried and I'm not a fan because it tastes like apple juice. I can't. I'm not an apple juice girly. That's just not who I am. And this isn't a diss to you if you are. If you like apple juice, drink apple juice. This isn't me saying that you shouldn't. I'm just saying it's not for me, and that's okay. More apple juice for you, less apple juice for me. I don't need it. It's okay. I find it so ironic though that I like apples but not apple juice when it's the no. I was gonna say it's the opposite for like grapes, but that's not true. I like grapes. I like wine. I like grape juice. Raisins can rot. Alliteration intended. Raisins can rot. Actually, because I'm not fucking with it. You can have your oatmeal raisin cookies. You can have your arroz con leche with raisins in it. Keep that to yourself, please. Oh my goodness. Like, that's honestly the main time that I interact with raisins because my mom loves them things, especially in some arroz con leche. Yeah. Me, I'm not rocking with it. You can have all my raisins. And I've retried them. I've tried them time and time again because occasionally one will end up on my plate. I can't do it. I can't do it. It's like it's a weird sweetness. It doesn't hit the same. It doesn't hit like a grape does. It don't taste like the wine or the grape juice. I actually haven't had grape juice in a hot minute. In a hot minute. I just had a thought of how there's no grape juice kombuchas. At least not that I've seen. But is that because it would technically be like a wine? So that's not allowed? Hmm. Now I have to do a little Google search. Excuse me. At least I haven't run into a grape. Wait. Divine grape? Wait a minute. Oh, must be 21 plus. See, I was onto something. I was onto something. So it basically turns into like a wine kind of thing. Grape chia? Is that real? Oh my goodness. I'm on Google Images right now. And there's a GT Synergy kombucha called Grape Chia. And it has a whole bunch of chia seeds in it. And if you have that one phobia of like all the little holes and things, like I don't think you should look at this. Cause it it's kind of similar. All the little seeds in the bottle, it's kind of similar if you ask me. I don't know how I would feel about that because don't chia seeds get slimy when they're moistened? And then there's all of those chia seeds. You're gonna feel it going down your throat. Oh, brother, no, no, no. I don't know. I don't want to knock it till I try it because that's just kind of the kind of person that I am. But also the anticipation of ooh, I don't know. I do really want to try it though, low key. Ooh, health aid. Wait a minute. Oh, come on. Oh, passion fruit tangerine. That sounds yummy, actually. Ah, I love me some passion fruit. Passion fruit juice, so good. But passion fruit is low key mad sour. Like you gotta put sugar in that hoe to make it sweet, to make it taste how I like it. Cause I like it sweet, a little sweet treat almost. Uh, now I want a kombucha. Maybe I should go get one. I haven't had one in a couple of days. Maybe my guts could use some help. My guts could use some help. Classic kombucha, ginger ale, divine grape. I didn't know that that was a thing. I didn't know divine grape was a flavor. Maybe because it's 21 plus. Like you have to be of age to buy it. And in Rhode Island, you they don't sell liquor in grocery stores. You have to go to a liquor store. You have to have a liquor license to sell liquor, of course, but that's pretty much exclusively just bars and liquor stores that have alcohol, which might be a little bit crazy to other people because you go up to like Mass and there's you can get alcohol at the Walmart. And people be going to Walmart to get their liquor, and that shit's crazy to me because it's not what I'm used to. But I understand that not every place has the same rules and whatnot. So yeah, but now I want to go hunt down that grape kombucha and try it. I'm over 21. I can have it. I just gotta find it. I'll have to. That'll be a mission. I'll have to keep my eyes out for it. Divine grape. And it's just grape by itself, nothing else. Nothing else needed. Oh, I want to try it. Now, this is gonna be something I keep my eyes out for. Gonna have to take a trip to a Massachusetts grocery store just to find her. Because ain't no way. I highly, highly doubt that I'll find it here. And that's okay. That is a okay. But cool, good to know that there's grape kombucha out there. I'm sure that there are tons of flavors that I haven't tried before because I don't see them in the store. Limited, limited, limited stock. Lemon berry is also another really good flavor. If you're if you've never tried kombucha before and you are interested in trying it, a flavor that I would recommend for your first time would be either Mystic Mango, Lemon Berry. If you can find the what's the one I was just talking about? Not Pure Love. Unity. Unity. If you can find Unity, I think that's a really good flavor if you're into those flavors. Guava Goddess is good too, but that one could be a little bit sour. So if you're not into that, nah. I would recommend Mystic Mango, Lemon Berry, and Unity as a or Pure Love. Pure Love is good too, but that's also a seasonal one. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it's a winter edition, so it's not available all the time, but that's a really good one. I like the seasonal flavors tend to be really good. I'm not a big fan of the fall one, like I've said, because I'm not an apple juice girl. But that's okay. Golden pineapple. I didn't know that they had a pineapple flavor. I've never tried that one. Uh, Trilogy was the first kombucha flavor that I tried. And was it a mistake? Nah. Well, no, because I'm still drinking kombucha to this day, so perhaps not. But would I recommend it for your first time? No. Like it's not like lemon berry or mystic mango where there's like a specific fruit flavor in mind. It's a bunch of different flavors altogether, and you really get the kombucha taste. So if that's what you're looking for, if you're looking to really experience the kombucha taste, you can go ahead and try the trilogy. I don't know why I was gonna say synergy. You can go ahead and try the trilogy flavor, but I wouldn't recommend it off rip. Try something that's a little bit fruitier, like lemon berry or mystic mango. Elderberry juniper is really nice too. I do enjoy that one, although I don't see it too frequently, at least not at the grocery stores that I've been shopping at. So it's been a while since her and I have mingled, but she is a good flavor. I will say that. Here I am just yapping about kombucha, but why not? It's a little healthy drink. I enjoy it. I'll take it over a soda, to be honest. I've been really health conscious lately, trying to avoid things in excess, especially because that's where I personally tend to kind of go wrong. I consume things in excess, and it's not good for me. A little bit of a binge eating moment, some may say, but sometimes I just feel like I get a little. Damn. I get a little bit greedy sometimes, okay? Shit. Sue me. But I'm working on it. I don't know. Sometimes. Hmm, excuse me. Sometimes I kind of. I feel like there's been. What are you trying to say, girl? Can you spit it out? Damn. I feel like from a young age, it's kind of been ingrained in me to finish what's on your plate. And so when I'm eating, even now, even though I feel myself getting full, it's like, there isn't that much food on my plate. Let me just finish it. I don't want it to go to waste. What's the point of saving this teeny tiny bit for later? You know what I mean? So that mindset honestly has kind of driven me in the wrong direction. But I mean, granted, that's not always the case. Self control definitely comes into play, and it's a work in progress. I'm working on being better about it. I know I don't have to finish everything on my plate. I know that I can just save things for later. But sometimes it's just like, what's a couple more spoonfuls? I'll be okay. I'll be full for a little bit longer, and I can just wash this plate and put it away. Or I can just throw this container away if it's takeout or whatever the case may be. You know what I mean? But with me being a little bit more health conscious and aware of what I'm consuming, how much I'm consuming, I'm trying to step away from that mindset and take steps that are actually going to help me, because just because it's on the plate doesn't mean I have to eat it. Sometimes it's a little it easier said than done, but with that in mind, I can make better choices, take better actions, things like that. It's all a work in progress. Life is a work in progress. You're not done until you're dead. And even when you're dead, the energy of your soul goes somewhere else. Where exactly? Who knows? But I think that's something I'll get into on another podcast episode. Thank you so much for listening to me on this week's episode of Kaylin's Corner. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you learned something. I hope you got a little giggle, a little laugh. I was being a little bit silly, but nothing too crazy. I'm mainly just yapping. We're here for a good time and a long time, hopefully. With all that being said, I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Until next time, bye.